5 and 9:30 a.m. The chairperson, Budget and Appropriations Committee, sought leave to introduce for the first reading the Appropriation Bill 2025 this afternoon. Since that business is of great interest to the county, and after consultation with the sponsors of the business, I have directed that the business contained in the supplementary order paper be transacted in this sitting. Honorable members, pursuant to Standing Order 42.2, I wish to rearrange the businesses of the sitting such that we commence with the supplementary order paper. Clerk, first order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, following your directions, we proceed to the supplementary order paper. Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
I have no communication under supplementary order paper.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this order, we have a bill by Honorable Isaac Kungo Wanjiro, the chairperson, Committee on Budget and Appropriations.
Very well. Honorable Isaac Kungo Wanjiro, chairperson, Budget and Appropriations Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, Honorable Speaker, I'm disappointed to report that I have not received the bill. I've tried to communicate with the executive. They are still seeking for more time. And in such case, Honorable Speaker, I'm not sure. Let me say I'm not sure when the bill will be in this assembly. And I would request that maybe we postpone that up to tomorrow.
Thank you, Honorable Kungu. As such, we proceed to the main order paper. The said business is postponed to tomorrow. We'll give further directions in regard to that. Clerk, first order.
Based on your directions, we proceed to the main order paper. Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
We proceed to the next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Honorable members, I have a message. His Excellency, the Governor, Honorable Moses Kieri, on various appointments made that require the approval of this House. Honorable members, via a letter dated 22nd July 2025 and received in the office of the clerk on the same day, His Excellency the Governor notified the County Assembly of his decision to nominate the following persons for appointment as chief officers. Number 1, Mr. Daniel Gitau Mburu as chief officer for partnership, diaspora and resource mobilization. And number 2, Mr. Henry Kimani Kongo as chief officer for public administration and devolution. Honorable members, the notifications are for approval in accordance with the requirement of Constitution of Kenya, the County Government Act 2012, the Nyandarua County Assembly Standing Orders, and to Section 6 of the Public Appointment County Approval Act number of 2017. The nominations of the said persons require the approval of the County Assembly and thus are subject to the application of the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act, that is 2017. Honorable members, having verified the notification and the accompanying document as presented, I find A, that the notification for both nominees have complied with the requirement of the Public Appointment County Assemblies Approval Act number 5 of 2017, and therefore direct the leadership of the majority party to table the notification and the attendant document before the House.
Honorable Speaker, as you have stipulated, we do hereby table the following documents. Submission for documents for Mr. Henry Kimani and the one for Daniel Gitauboro. And I do table.
Thank you, Honorable Ibrahim Maina, member for Murungaro, Minority Whip. Honorable members, I proceed. Be that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 49.1, I refer the nomination of Mr. Daniel Gitaumburu as Chief Officer for Partnership, Diaspora and Resource Mobilization to the Trade, Industrialization, Cooperative Development and Partnership for vetting and consideration in accordance with the relevant laws and to report within set statutory timelines. C. That pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 49.1, I refer the nomination of Mr. Henry Kimani Kongo as Chief Officer for Public Administration and Devolution to the Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution for vetting and consideration in accordance with the relevant laws and to report within the set statutory timelines. It is so directed, honorable members. Clerk, next order.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have several papers to be laid. Based on your earlier directions, we proceed to the second paper by Honorable Peter Gathungu Kamau, Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Honorable Peter Gathungu Kamau. Anybody holding his brief? I'll give directions in regard to that. Clerk, next order.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kayini.
Honorable Speaker, I see the Vice Chair Education in the House. I'm wondering, you're calling out members for that committee and the Vice Chair is not responding.
The Vice Chair, where is the Vice Chair? Yes, Honorable Patience. I thought you should hold brief for your chair.
Pardon, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm not tired because I was just taking a drink of water. I was not concentrating.
You are taking a drink of water. Maybe clerk, you can you repeat the order.
Order number 5, papers. We have a paper to be laid by Honorable Peter Gathungu Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Yes, Honorable Patience Manga.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we have to seek leave for 7 days for the said report. Thank you.
To have it tabled. Is the report is the
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
maybe you would have Honorable Patience, you would have elaborated further. Why is 7 days? Is the report not ready? Just anything for purposes of the viewers of Nyandarua.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to request Honorable Joyce Munyo to assist me answer the question. She's a member of my committee.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Joyce, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We wrote back to the department to provide more information. So we are requesting for an additional 14 days so that we are able to wait for them to respond.
Very well. The leave sought is well explained and deserving, and therefore I grant 14 days. Clerk ensure within 14 days the said report is the chair table the said report. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, under the same order on papers, we have a paper by Honorable Edina Dwambogo Kingori, Chairperson, Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution.
Very well. Honorable Edna Dwambogo Kingori, Chairperson, Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution. Yes, Honorable Mary Kabiru, Majority Whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of my chair, I want to table the preliminary response on the Nyandarua County Enforcement Officers Standing Orders. Status of Nyandarua County Enforcement Officers Standing Orders. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution has reviewed the matter concerning the development of standing orders for enforcement officers pursuant to the directive of this Honorable House. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee is unable to proceed with the consideration of the draft standing orders arising from the Nyandarua County Inspectorate and Enforcement Service Bill 2024, as the principal law has not yet been assented by His Excellency the Governor, nor published in the Kenya Gazette. Consequently, it remains enforceable at this time. Mr. Speaker, sir, the said bill was passed by this Honorable House on May 2025. Pursuant to Section 24 of the County Governments Act 2012, Article 185, 3 and 4 of the Constitution, a governor is required to either assent or refer back a bill within 14 days of its presentation. Where this does not happen, the law presumes automatic assent by default. This position is affirmed in prejudice, notably, one, the county...
No, Honorable Whip.
Yes.
It is called jurisprudence.
Born in the Mount Kenya part of Kenya, sometimes...
That's very much in order, Whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The county government of Nyeri versus Cecilia Wangeshi Ndongo, 2015, EKLR, the Court of Appeal held that the governor has a constitutional statutory obligation to either assent or refer a bill within 14 days. Failure to do either leads to automatic assent. Number two, the governor of Kericho and another versus Kenya Law Reform Commission and 3 others, the High Court clarified that the legislative authority of the county assembly is independent and that a governor cannot unreasonably deny or frustrate the legislative process. The judgment emphasized timely action by governors regarding assent. Number 3, Okia Omtata Okoiti versus County Assembly of Marsabit and 3 others, 2014, while not directly about gubernatorial assent, it addressed legislative procedure and the county level and the necessity for adherence to the constitutional process. Mr. Speaker, while the committee acknowledges that the bill may be deemed assent to by default, it remains unenforceable until it is published in the Kenya Gazette or County Gazette as required by law. This is anchored in the following legal provisions and case law. Case law number 1, Article Constitution of Kenya. County legislation does not take effect unless published in the Gazette. Mr. Speaker, this means that even after assent by the governor, the law has no legal force until it is published in the Kenya Gazette. or County Gazette. Number 2, Section 25(1) of the County Governments Act 2012. A bill passed by the County Assembly and assented by the Governor shall be published in the County Gazette and the Kenya Gazette within 7 days after assent. Mr. Speaker, this means there is a mandatory requirement for publication within 7 days after assent. The legal consequences of non-publication. Mr. Speaker, the law is not in force until published. Despite being duly passed and assented to, the law is not enforceable unless and until it is gazetted. Courts have held the publication in a condition precedent to a law taking legal effect. This position was upheld in 1. In the case of Republic versus County Government of Kiambu, and another ex parte Robert Gakuru, 2018. The High Court held that a law does not become enforceable merely upon assent. It must be published in the Gazette. The court emphasized that publication is not a formality, but a substantive legal requirement. Further, in the case of Katiba Institute and 2 others versus Attorney General and another of 2017, the court reiterated that gazettement gives notice to the public and confers legitimacy to legislation. Mr. Speaker, sir, in light of the foregoing, the committee is constrained from proceeding with the draft standing orders, as doing so in absence of a properly gazetted enforceable principal law would premature and procedurally unsound. Will be premature and procedurally unsound. We urge the relevant offices to expedite the publication process to enable legislative alignment and operationalization of the framework. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for my chair, Ednard Wabugu Kingori. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. My only concern is, why is it not, okay, although that question should be coming from members, because speakers does not see and does not hear. Yes, Honorable Kayini.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to comment on a few issues I've noted on this submission from our very able Chief Whip. It could basically be coming from the academic. Honorable Speaker, I notice 2 things, very fundamental. One, if you look at the second paragraph in her submission, where it starts with Mr. Speaker, sir, reading through it, Honorable Speaker, you notice that the committee is unable to proceed, citing 1, the none or lack of ascension or ascension by the governor. Just taking a pause over that and listening to her talk about various jurisprudence that overrules the fact that even if the governor does not assent over a given period of time, then that particular act or act is deemed to be in force. So therefore, from what she submitted, that cannot be a reason as to why the standing orders were not considered by the committee. So just looking ahead on the jurisprudence, as stated, dismisses the fact that the failure by the committee to look into that, the standing orders, is purely not because of the lack of ascension by the governor, but I would borrow the fact that it is not gazetted would hold water in this particular case. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, the originator of the standing order, I gather, comes from the Department of Public Admin. So what begs a question in my mind is, why would the Department of Public Admin submit these standing orders to this Honorable House, having not checked whether they comply in law. Why did they do that? And I guess that's where the starting point should have been by the committee. Reprimand the department for submitting half-baked or standing orders that are not compliant in law. Even without reading the jurisprudence as quoted per se, these standing orders ought not to have been submitted to this Honorable House by the mere fact that the department ought to have ensured total compliance, both by lack of the governor ascension and the failure to gazette or publish the said orders before they submitted these documents to the House. And to me, Honorable Speaker, this is the lack of seriousness we spoke about in the morning session by the executive. And taking this assembly for a ride, our eyes are open, wider than ever before. And going forward, we will not be taking things lying down. Things must be done properly and professionally, without fear or favor. And therefore, the committee, please return to the sender in an unequivocal manner. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Kungu.
Honorable, I want to indulge on this matter. And Honorable Speaker, I'm very frustrated. I've noted, I don't know whether, Honorable Speaker, you are aware that this is the same case have happened to the FIF. We did come here. We did a lot of work as health committee. We brought a report to this house. This house passed the FIF Act, but it was never been gazetted to date. And even as we are speaking today, we don't know how they are managing the FIF fund. Here again comes another law that we passed in this in May 2025 in this assembly, and we are told it was not assented, and thus it was not been gazetted. Honorable Speaker, I think we really need to, and I think we really need to go back, Honorable Speaker, to the Committee on Implementation, which I'm a member, and other members in this assembly. And I think we really need to sit down, Honorable Speaker, as an assembly, and crack the whip, because you know we have that, we have a follow-up. After registrations has been made in this house, there is a requirement that after they have been submitted, there is a report that comes after 60 days, maybe sometimes 14 days, sometimes 28 days, and maybe most of them after 60 days we get a feedback. But most of the time when we write to the county secretary, who is supposed to coordinate government business, we don't get responses, Honorable Speaker. And I think this is very frustrating, because by the end of the day, this house will be judged by the number of registrations we have made. We know our work is oversight, registration, and the presentation. But when it comes to that, and I think you also need, Honorable Speaker, to sit back and ask ourselves, for the last 3 years, we have done how many registrations in this house? How many has been assented? How many has been enforced? And today they are operational, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, we are going to reduce this assembly to become a drama club or a debating club. It is very disappointing. This house sits down here, do all this work, and I don't want to accuse or to point finger to His Excellency the Governor. Maybe he is not aware. And we have pointed finger in past, Honorable Speaker, on the office of the county attorney. Severally in this house, we have said that there is a very serious gap with the office of the county attorney. We have raised very pertinent issues, such that even to the executive, they don't know. They are bringing documents here. They don't even know their status. It is upon now the committee to come and tell them, you have not assented, you have not gazetted. Very serious gaps. And these are issues of incompetence, which are, by this assembly, somebody can be kicked out. Somebody can be dismissed by this house out of incompetence. We are displaying incompetence in terms of legal advisory that we have in this county, Honorable Speaker. And I think it is high time now we start dealing with these matters as they are, Honorable Speaker. We have a very incompetent county attorney. And we wonder, why are these things happening? We come here as an assembly, we do our work, but then we find ourselves in a very embarrassing situation that we are finding ourselves today. Honorable Speaker, I know I will be coming later on the matter of IFIF, because if there is any single cent that has been used on FIF, it has been irregularly been used, because that law up to today has not been gazetted. Very disappointing. And because, Honorable Speaker, you are a legal mind, we need a serious way forward on this matter, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kungu. Thank you. Yeah, Honorable Ibra.
Honorable Speaker, my colleague Honorable Kungu has touched my opinion. I was seeking whether our legal committee can give us a report from the county attorney why this delay and why they have not published these bills. That was my opinion.
Thank you, Honorable Ibra. I'll give direction. In fact, I think that should be an issue of General Oversight Committee, because the concerns have gone too far. Before the end of this session, I'll give a ruling in regard to that. Clerk, next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, still under the order on papers, we have a paper. We have two papers to be laid by Honorable Peter Denji Kirega, the Chairperson, Committee on Special Funds Accounts.
Yes, Honorable Denji Kirega, member for Rudi Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm not left behind, Mr. Speaker. I've come to sing another chorus of postponement. Mr. Speaker, before I sing it, Mr. Speaker, I want to explain. And I'm going by this route, Mr. Speaker, that during the consideration of this report on the approval of the emergency fund expenditure for the financial period ending 31st December 2024, the committee observed several issues relating to the utilization of funds allocated for the repair and the maintenance of the county infrastructure. Arising from this observation, Mr. Speaker, the committee resolved to invite the county executive member, that is the CECM, for the finance, economic planning, and ICT to appear before it for further engagements. Consequently, Mr. Speaker, an official invitation was issued through the office of the clerk, dated 10th July 2025. The reference, it's therein, that is the NCA stroke CRLK stroke CEC FIN, that is financial, stroke 19/196 of the year 2025. Mr. Speaker, through a letter dated 22nd July 2025, another reference letter, that is NYA FEP and ICT stroke ADM, that is administration, second of volume 343. The CECM, for the second time, Mr. Speaker, requested some more adjournment or postponement of the meeting and proposed that it be scheduled to the week commencing 4th August 2025. This continued deferment, Mr. Speaker, is hindering my committee, which I'm chair, efforts to compile the comprehensive report with well-informed recommendation, Mr. Speaker. As a result, the committee has resolved to issue a third invitation, Mr. Speaker, scheduling the meeting for 6th August 2025 in an effort to facilitate timely conclusion of its work. In a view of foregoing the comments, humbly I just want to seek some extension for some more 30 days to enable me to finalize the table, to table its reports before this honorable House. Mr. Speaker, I have an attachment behind that explanation. Mr. Speaker, it's a routine of postponing, which must end by this, must be aided by this. Mr. Speaker, this is the same executive that they came here crying, and we vetted them so that they can come and assist the governor to implement or to be providing any required document that we require for the purpose of oversight. Mr. Speaker, remember, a stitch in time will save 9. We shall stitch 9 stitches, Mr. Speaker. This house, which you read, you will be included in the same house, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I request.
The chair normally give directions.
Thank you.
So avoid going that route.
Quite in order. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm still learning. Mr. Speaker, I request that the fourth time you have the sergeant at arms kindly provide those executive or the CCM to be brought here so that we sit together and reason together and know the way forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So, Honorable Denji, why do you have to seek for 30 days in that matter? I thought we should also refer it to, now that they have not appeared 4 times, you should be seeking the chair to intervene so that we can bring in the mechanism to compel them. Because if they did not appear for the first time, second time, third time, 4th time is not expected.
Mr. Speaker.
So if you need probably our assistant,
yes,
we will immediately intervene, and I'll combine the ruling with the ruling for the one that I just dealt with.
Mr. Speaker.
You are comfortable that she will appear this time?
Mr. Speaker, this is why I've given 30 days.
Okay.
If by that time, this one is the limitation, the timeline.
Yeah.
If she will have, if the CCM shall have not.
Point of order.
Yes, Honorable Kugo.
Honorable Speaker, and I think I need an assistance. I think there is what the standing orders offer. And after, first of all, you invite, and then after the failure for invitation, there is a summon. And maybe the chair should be telling us whether he has exhausted, because it is within the standing order. There is a remedy. And if he has exhausted what is provided within the standing order, even after summon, I think there is also a requirement that you put that matter to the next level. So instead of coming here telling us that it is the 4th time and now he is giving another 30 days, if he has exhausted whatever is being provided within the standing order, I'm trying to remember the number of the standing order, then automatically the Honorable Speaker should make a ruling on such a matter. We have the powers to name somebody, we have somebody to bring them here by force, we can even find them, it is always provided there in the standing order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Chair. Probably, Chair, maybe to elaborate more, is having made 3-4 invitations, has anything else been done so that now the House can intervene and assist you in other procedures to take them at a different level?
Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with Honorable Kongo from Wanjohi. Through your indulgence, you advise on what the standing order says. If because me, I'm almost exhausted, Mr. Speaker, because no time that I can invite the first time, the second time, the 4th time in the morning we had the same song, Mr. Speaker. Kindly, I need your assistance.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Kayeri, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Benji.
Honorable Speaker, I think I couldn't agree more with the sentiments of Honorable Kungu and Honorable Deji as well. But I want to stand here and say, we need to bring to an end this pontification. Let's bring it to an end. Honorable Speaker, I want to really challenge.
Maybe, Honorable Kayeni, you see, that issue has been raised so many times this morning. And in fact, I have just given direction. One, the immediate one, I'm giving ruling in regard to that before the end of this session. In regard to the issue that Honorable Denji has raised, he has got further assistance from Honorable Kung as to whether, whatever the level they have reached, so that the House can intervene. So I'm hoping you will not be insisting on their neglect, because the chair has noted that, and we are dealing with that right from here.
Thank you.
So just maybe I hope you are debating on something different apart from neglect.
It's a detour. It's a slight detour. Honorable Thenji's case is one among many. I am 100% sure all the chairs heading each of this committee has a concern about requesting information from the department which is not forthcoming. And that's why I wanted to really encourage or kind of challenge the clerkship in this honorable house to go back into your tracker and check how many reports or statements have been postponed due to lack of information coming from the department. And Honorable Speaker, as you make a ruling, as you retire to make a ruling, or later in this sitting, make a ruling that takes everybody, not just the committee of Honorable Thenji, on board, but make sure. If I look at my committee of trade, we have similar issue. If I look at a pick-pack, the same story. If the chair talked about, the chair of finance talked about, document we're waiting here to pass in the assembly. There is monotony in submitting report from the executive. And this honorable house is reduced to one that just whine and whine. That information is not forthcoming. So rather than just isolate cases, let us do a wholesome response to all the matters that are pending in this honorable house and bring those matters to a close by following the tracker and finding out how many matters have been deferred for lack of non-compliance or for lack of or non-compliance. You cannot have lack of and then non-compliance. It is either. So for lack of that, then be able to bring all those matters, businesses that are still pending. Some of them are even pending the last 2-3 years since we came to this honorable house. Bring those matters to a closure by invoking the relevant statutes in this honorable house, the authority of this honorable house, to bring all those matters to a close, and therefore move forward with the executive knowing that going forward is business, serious business. Serious? Thank you, Honorable Denji.
Honorable Denji, we will give directions in regard to your matter now that you have sought the intervention of the House.
Most please.
Clerk, next order. Sorry. Yes, I'll leave that pending because I'll give directions. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we are at order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements. We have a statement response to be given by Honorable Edinand Wawongo Kingori, Chairperson, Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution.
Yes, Honorable Whip.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of my chair, may I table a response on the Committee of Public Service Administration and Devolution on the status of employees in the county public service in the executive. I am actually looking for another member so that by the time I am midway, they can help me. I don't see any member from the Public Service Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to sincerely thank the offices of the Speaker and the Clerk of the County Assembly for their invaluable logistical support throughout the course of the exercise. I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to the members of the committee for their unwavering commitment, active participation. Mr. Speaker, please protect me from the noisy honorable member on his feet.
Yes, and who is the member, Honorable Whip? I will protect.
Thank you. He
Thank you.
recognized and left.
The protection has come automatically. So proceed.
I wish to repeat. I also extend my heartfelt appreciation to the members of the committee for their unwavering commitment, active participation, and valuable contributions in preparation of this report. The committee further acknowledges and the dedicated support provided by the staff of the County Assembly, whose efforts greatly facilitated the successful completion of this report. We are equally grateful to the department for its cooperation and availing the necessary information that informed our deliberations. Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the Committee of Public Service Administration and Devolution, it is both an honor and a privilege to present this response report to this honorable House. We have a list of the members of the committee, the committee secretariat. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the compilation of this report, the following constituted the committee secretariat: Mr. David Mutahi, the committee clerk. Mr. Speaker, sir, the committee is established pursuant to Standing Order number 200 with the mandate and functions to investigate, inquire into, and report on all matters relating to the mandate, management, activities, administration, operations, and estimates of the assigned departments. Study the program and policy observations, objectives of departments, and the effectiveness of the implementation. Study and review all county legislation referred to it. Study, assess, and analyze the relative success of the departments as measured by the results obtained as compared with their stated objectives. Investigate and inquire into all matters relating the assigned departments as they may deem necessary and as may be referred to them by Assembly. Vet and report on all appointments where the Constitution or any law requires the Assembly to approve, and make reports and recommendations to the Assembly as often as possible, including recommendation of the proposed
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Maybe I request the Chief Whip to go to the observations and findings.
Yes, maybe Honorable Chair, what guides you on that? Yes.
Honorable Speaker,
Yeah.
because there are other issues, including the composition of the committee, the mandate are there within the standing orders. We have them every other day. So what is very crucial in this report is the findings.
And I'm sure every member has got the report on their tabs.
Yeah.
So maybe Honorable Whip, yeah, it's okay because every member has got the report. You can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, and maybe to respond to Honorable Kayeni's concern, who was the seeker of that clerk? Honorable Mohinde Patrick. Okay, proceed.
Thank you, Chair Budget. You have saved me a lot. I had forgotten my reading glasses. I was actually getting into a problem. Chapter 3.
And you should also buy him some coffee, not just thinking. Maybe when you retire.
Yes, yes. He
Yeah.
knows I can do that anytime, anywhere. After thoroughly reviewing the submissions of the Department of Public Service, Administration and Devolution, and engaging in extensive consultation, the committee concludes that the county public service currently comprises 2,710 employees, that is 75% permanent and 25% on local contracts, with a potential increase of 2,910 upon onboarding new health workers and 170 interns. However, a complete and accurate staff distribution across the 25 wards is still pending, and the department continues a detailed verification and deployment exercise. The committee notes significant staffing challenges in the department like agriculture due to upcoming retirements and understaffing in the other such as lands and trade. While a list of contract and casual workers was provided, more structured data is needed for informed decision making. Only 4 boards are on the county payroll, while others such as Olwasco and Nyandarua remain outside this framework. The newly established Directorate of Performance Management is a step forward, though it faces capacity and funding limitations. Notably, a proposal requiring 2 million Kenya shillings to address staffing needs were deferred due to the budget constraints. The committee urges the department to fast-track the completion of the ongoing HR exercise and submit the outstanding data, as this will be vital for strategic workforce planning, equitable resource allocation, and improved service delivery in the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Kayeni.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this was a very important report coming from the committee, and one of the, job well done by the committee. However, I wish that the House was a little bit more, had a little more members to indulge on this matter. But more importantly, Honorable Speaker, the matters of county staff is very important and very emotive, because that report ought to bring us as to the challenges and the deficits that have been enumerated by the Chief Whip in reading that report. Honorable Speaker, there has been one request spanning from the previous regime that involved or revolved around the IPPD data that brings out the number of workers that the county has engaged, both contractual and PNP, permanent and pensionable, to be able to align that with the budgetary provisions. And that has been quite elusive. I do know, Honorable Speaker, that in the beginning of this regime, third regime, there was an audit for the staffing that was conducted, whose report never saw the light of the day. I wish the committee could have looked into that and be able to bring alongside that finding of that committee, so that this Honorable House is duly informed about the total population of the workers, both PNP, permanent and pensionable, and the contract, including the internship and the additional, ECD teachers that were onboarded just the other day, to be able to inform the budget committee and this Honorable House during the appropriation of the budget on how much money we need to allocate to the staffing. And that also goes a long way in, allocating sufficient fund for their mortgage and such emoluments that are due to the staffing. So, Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether I would make a request or to be far-fetched if this report could be reintroduced in subsequent time, so that, such omissions like the previous report on the finding of the audit report audit was done, that report could also find its way into the file, and that the members here can be able to talk about the total, staff and staffing and their welfare in one sitting. And that is a matter, Honorable Speaker, I would seek your indulgence going forward. But just to mention that the importance of that is so that, the House will have more members, including the seeker, so that we can be able to contribute to this matter adequately and sufficiently. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard your concern, Honorable Kayini. However, we always have a notice paper, and therefore seekers are always aware that their statements are being responded to. And further, when the House is transacting any business, we presume the quorum. We always ensure there is a quorum, and that quorum is sufficient to transact any business. However, we consider that response as report as duly tabled and read. The seeker, who is Honorable Patrick Kariuki Muhindi, is not in the house to state whether he is satisfied or not. I don't know whether we have any other member. Yes, Honorable Kungu.
Honorable Speaker, I think we have everything wrong with this government. You can see the kind of struggle we are getting to get the staff establishment in the county. Yet we are a county that depend on human resource to deliver, because service delivery can only be done by human resource. But if you look at the kind of information, the sketchy kind of information that the committee has presented, and I don't want to accuse the committee because I know that is what they got. Honorable Speaker, you wonder. Number one, we are expecting when you tell us that there are staff, 177 staff in agriculture, livestock, fisheries, and irrigation, you show us within the department where these people are. Because within that department.
Point of order.
Yes, Honorable Whip.
Honorable Speaker, I forgot to say that we have some data, some annexure on the table. Members are allowed to peruse through it. Then if there are any issues coming from it, the committee is ready and available to deal with the matter. Thank you.
Maybe, in fact, my main concern, Honorable Kungu, you raised when Honorable Whip started presenting the report, and you requested she go direct to the recommendations. I thought it would have been an opportunity for her to take us through the report. However, it appeared all members have interacted with the report. That's why I asked whether members have interacted with the report, being on the tab, and she was allowed to proceed with summary. And I believe that is why maybe she did not quote all the attachments which are there. However, just proceed with your sentiments.
Thank you, Honorable. I'm informed because, okay, when I said that he goes to the findings, it is only because I was working on the report of the committee. But it is good that now he has elaborated that there are annexures, and maybe she is confirming that within those annexures they have been able to give the number of staff per department. For example, when I go to the agriculture, when I go to livestock, I'll get to see how many employees are there, their job groups, and where their working stations are. When I go to irrigation, I'll get to know what number of employees are there, their job group, and where their working station. Because when Honorable Mohende was requesting for this information, there is some kind of information we wanted to come out in this assembly. Although it is Mohende's statement, it also belongs to many of us who have interest on this matter. Honorable Speaker, it is wrong that we don't have a staff establishment in this county. I want to go, when I go to a department, I can be able to categorically say, this is the number of employee from this job group to this job group. These are their working station. And each and every employee, Honorable Speaker, you know, they have a reference. They have what are their duties and their responsibility. Who do they report to, Honorable Speaker? When we ask data for the wards, and I know it is not because the data is not available. It is because they don't want to. You know, the other day we were conversing here and we were fighting about the budget. Because everybody was saying, let it be transparent, let's see what is coming to each and every ward. How I wish that the members would fight for the same. Let us see how many number of people are employed per ward. We are in the 13th year of devolution, and we know how some of the wards have been seriously marginalized. From the first regime, the second regime, and even the third regime. Some of the members who don't, within those county public service bodies, are not represented. We know what have happened. And that is why we need this information, so that we can be able to inform the county public service going forward. We need an affirmative action for some of the wards. We also want to know gender. We also want, Honorable Joyce is interested to know the constituencies he represents about PWDs. How many of them are there, Honorable Speaker? And this is a very serious statement. And Honorable Speaker, I would wish that we have more time so that we can get more information and interrogate more, because we want to give some serious resolutions, including even bringing a motion here on some of these issues. Honorable Speaker, she is telling us, the whip is telling us that in agriculture, about 64 are going to retire. Do we have a replacement policy within this county? Over 40% of the staff in agriculture are going to retire in the nearest future. What are the county government doing about it? So, Honorable Speaker, I think it is a serious statement that requires some serious interrogation. And since I have seen they have sought time to get the extra information that they did not have, Honorable Speaker, I think within that time we will be able to have interrogated the annexers, and we will come with a very serious submission and response to this statement, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, they have done some good work, but I think there is more than meets the eye, and we need to interrogate further on this report.
Maybe from maybe the sentiments of Honorable Kayeni. Now that Honorable Whip, you've sought more time, maybe you would like to know what time. It would also be important, maybe Honorable Kayeni, you follow up so that when it's coming up, the issues that you have raised, they can be interrogated more in the final report. So maybe Honorable Whip. Just on the issue of the timeline, maybe.
Honorable Speaker, because this has been concluded, we can only request that any member with an issue brings it differently. So I don't think we need more time. We have done and concluded.
Sure. I noted this is not a preliminary report, it's a final report,
yes,
correct?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. I need some guidance, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Because in the report they are saying they did not receive some information. For example, the distribution per ward. They are saying it was not submitted, and in their conclusion here, they are saying that one of the conclusions they are saying is that it should be submitted promptly. So if we have done away with this matter, when will it be represented?
Maybe, Honorable Kongo, what I would have preferred, because you are the one who raised the issue that she should not go through the report. Because so many things would have, because we follow them word by word when they are presenting. So probably, and now that the report has just come on everybody's tab and she has gone direct to conclusion as per what we requested, don't you think it would have been fair for this report to be done verbatim, word for word? So that now, because when you read some issue, they have not come to my attention. That is why now I'm trying to peruse and struggling going back. Maybe what directions in regard to this report I will wish to give, because I understand the sentiments. There is a lot that need to be added, and if we let it go, it will be a great mistake.
Maybe, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
And I think this has been led. What I had requested the whip not to read is the obvious things. But if you look at page 16, in response to question 1, the department informed the committee that where efforts have been made to compile data on distribution of staff across the
That is page 16. That is page 16.
Page 16.
Number?
Almost
3 or 4?
Almost toward the end of page 16.
There's employment and workforce management. That is page 16.
There is employment and workforce management.
Yeah.
The last paragraph there. They are saying in response to number 2, the department informed the committee that where efforts have been made to compile data on distribution staff across 25 wards, the information currently available is not comprehensive. The department is in the process of conducting a detailed staff distribution and deployment exercise aimed at capturing the complete and accurate data. So, Honorable Speaker, on that, when we leave it and we say it is conclusive, I think then we need to inquire further so that we can get this information. Whether we are going to take another 60 days or whatever time, when they have finished the exercise, so that we can get the information. Otherwise, Honorable Speaker, I feel, and I am not accusing the committee because it is working on the information they have, we will have left this matter not attended completely. I need to know, for example, Honorable Speaker, in my ward, how many people have been employed from Wajoi ward. I need to know. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, and I don't know, within that annexus we are going to look at it. I don't want to see the number that in agriculture we have 67. I want to see who are these, because I want to be sure they are not ghost workers in this county. Who are these by their name? Where do they work? Who do they report for? Where is their working station? When I get that information, I'll sit present in this assembly. No, they are not ghost workers in Nyandarua County. But if I get 67 or I get 12, I may not know whether they are there or they are not there. And I know the committee did not have enough time or resources to go and verify those people who are seated there in those offices, Honorable Speaker. So I would like, for the better or for the good, within your discretion, for the good of Nyandarua County, we give them some more 60 days. We also get time to peruse the annexures. We come here armed and we are able to work on this report, Honorable Speaker.
Point of further information, Honorable
Yes.
Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Kayeni.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wanted to kind us, give a support, helping hand to the committee. Just the other day, the county secretary instructed all workers to be clocking in when they come in to the offices through a letter that was circulated, and there was hue and cry everywhere. So if they have been clocking in, then that data is readily available. Because we don't want a situation where, ghost workers, Honorable Kungu, will not be able to clock in because they are simply ghosts. So in a case where physical workers are clocking in, that is information that will be readily available. And it is important, just like Honorable Kungu is saying, and I know that this is in your heart, Honorable Speaker, that we rest this matter once and for all. By just adding them a little more time, if they need more staff, to more members to be co-opted, we are willing to come on board and be able to, fathom this opaqueness in this matter once for all, so that Honorable Kungu and his committee will be able to provide enough adequate resources without guesswork. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate that they want to give us a little more time. And I know that you have concluded on the matter of the executive and this assembly. I feel like we are very let down, not for our own good, because the executive is actually treating us like trash. Why? Because this morning in this assembly, I am a member of the education committee. We requested for information, it doesn't come. I have just had another committee request the special fund, whatever. They are even inviting them 4 times, they don't come. So I wanted to insist to this house that we must do something. We must prove our position. We must prove who an assembly is. Not necessarily Maria or Chair Trade, but this house. Because this house has come into place to oversight the executive, who, when you ask a question, you don't get the answer, then it is very demeaning. It is very embarrassing. Out there, everybody waits for these MCAs to answer the questions. Then you don't have an answer and you are told you are not working. Please, Mr. Speaker, we are on halftime. When the football, I know a little bit of football, when they go out for halftime.
Can you confirm how many members play football?
Yes, 11 per
Thank you.
team.
That's amazing.
Mr. Speaker, what I was saying, we are on halftime. We need to be instructed and now to go back with a little bit more force. What I want to ask of this house is that we put in a little bit more effort. Otherwise, you know what somebody tells, empty from the back. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Whip, you've not responded to what I needed. What you've brought is an issue that I had made ruling, but however I can assist you, because you see what maybe Honorable Kongo just raised, and especially in regard to page 16. There's somewhere that the committee categorically states that the information currently available is not comprehensive. So now it is upon the committee to tell us when will it be comprehensive, so that the members will get information to respond to the public, as you are saying. And therefore, in that spirit, probably, you would maybe seek probably like 30 days or so, you consult with the committee so that that position can now be communicated. If there is any aspect of lack of cooperation from our system, that is the executive, the same be reported so that we can take directions as those we are going to take for the departments that have failed to produce the documents. Maybe you can proceed along that line, seeking what timeline, so that the committee can interact more with the report and give us answers to the pending statements here.
Mr. Speaker, give us 45 days.
Thank you, Whip. The 45 days, clerk, be it on record that within 45 days, the same report will be reintroduced so that the hanging answers can be answered. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, still under the order on statements, we have a statement response to be done by Honorable Paul Ngeshe Wambaire, the Chairperson, Committee on Health Services.
Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the Chairman, Honorable Geshe, who is attending something at the school, the university, I want to bring a response on a matter that was, on a statement that was requested by Honorable Joyce on a matter to do with the issue to do with PWDs. And Honorable Speaker, I know that the report is there in our gadget, so I would require to go, members will allow me not to go to the preliminaries and the introductions. And for that matter, I would like to go to directly to the response of the issues raised in the statement. Honorable Speaker, I also want to note, even as I respond, that this was a matter that was very controversial to us because most of the issues that were raised sit pretty within the Department of Social Services. But within our mandate, when we looked at our mandate, we were able to invite the CCM, Health, together with the Chief Officer. They came before the committee last week, and we were able to get comprehensive information. And I want to say that we also realized a lot of gaps on some of these matters that were raised, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in the first instance, Honorable Joyce requested to know a comprehensive report on the registration centers across the county, including their status, staff establishment, staff need, plan to recruit personnel, and the respective PWD registered in various centers in the financial year 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Honorable Speaker, in our response, the CCM Health responded as follows. The role of registrations of the person with disability is premised, not in health. For them, they offer technical support, but it is premised within the Department of Social because it is at the National Council for Persons Living with Disabilities, and that one is at the Social. The specific responsibility of the Department of Health is to conduct assessment and give recommendation for registration of eligible persons. So the data is with the Social Department, but for them, they do the assessment and they recommend for registration. They also gave us the disability assessment centers that we have. Honorable Speaker, the assessment of PWD is a continuous process in the Department of Health. It happens in only 2 facilities, that is at JM and Engineer Hospital. Hospital conducts routine assessment of disability for the client seeking the same. In Kipipiri, Orojoro, and Nyandarua, they are quarterly or biannual disability assessment exercise. Those are drives that are done, and most of the time they are done with the collaboration of the Department of Social Services or the County Disability Office. The exercise involves technical teams of, maybe somebody might ask why we don't have in each and every sub-county, but this is as a result of deficit in the term of staffing, because the exercise involves technical team of clinician, occupational therapist, and physiotherapist, and we have been able to give the staff establishment in a table there. Within Nyandarua County at JM, we have 3 physiotherapists. At Engineer, we have 2. Occupational therapists at the JM Kariuki, we have 3. At Engineer, we have 1. Orthopedic technologists, we have 3 at JM, we have 1 at engineer. Clinical officer, specialized on orthopedics, we have only 1 at JM. Engineer, we have none. Orthopedic surgeon, we only have 1. We have already currently acquired 1 at JM. We don't have at engineer. Other technical officers that are co-opted on a routine basis, depending on the disability being assessed, are as follows. We have clinical officer, ENT and audiology, clinical officer of anthropology, clinical officer, nursing officer on mental health. Recruitment of staff. The honorable wanted to know about the recruitment of staff. The department recruited 3. There was a serious deficit in the previous years, but the department has recruited 3 physiotherapists and 3 occupational therapists in May 2025. So even the one we are talking about right now, they are just recently being employed. There are still a shortage, and there are plans at the advanced stage to upgrade sub-county health centers, that is Daragwa, Manuga, Babu, Japini, and Shamuka, to level 4 facility. Upon realization of this objective, it shall have a rehabilitative service unit complete with the required staff and equipment. There is also need for high volume level 3 facility to offer basic physical rehabilitation. That was something that we noted that there was a gap, because transportation of people living with disabilities is a challenge, and we want this service to be as closer as possible to the clients or to the people who are using it. So we are recommending that it should happen at least at the sub-county levels. We have also given a number of PWD assessed for registration. In the year 2022-2023, there were 957. In the year 2023-2024, 447. In the year 2024-2025, it around 783. The other issue that Honorable Joyce wanted to know is a comprehensive report on the therapy unit across the county, including their numbers, status, staff establishment, all that, including the respective therapy session for rehabilitative service for PWD in various centers in the financial year 2023-2024 up to 2025. And I think we have been able to give a response on that matter. And as we indicated, it happens only in 2 facilities, that is JM and the engineer. Honorable Speaker, allow me to say that the Department of Health Services has elaborated plan to scale up rehabilitative care service in the county. In this regard, 3 occupational therapists and 3 physiotherapists were recruited in May, as I had said. Plans are underway to bring more officers in the medium term. The department has also initiated the procurement process of modern equipment for rehabilitative services through the KDSP funding. There are serious gap when it comes to equipment. Honorable Speaker, you will note that we even be telling the members of this assembly that we don't have a CT scan in the whole of this county that can be used, because the one we used to have broke down. Honorable Speaker, I've been able to give the workload summary. Physiotherapy, we had in 2022-2023, 2,497. 2023-2024, 1,891. 2024-2025, 114. Occupational therapy, we had 7,896 in 2022-2023. 2023-2024, 8,194. And 2024-2025, 7,048. That is at JM Hospital. We have also been able to give data at Engineer Hospital. They are provided. We don't have occupational therapy at Engineer. It is only physiotherapy because we don't have the staff to do that. Honorable Speaker, we have also been able to say that there are other private facilities within the county that provide the same facilities, or the same services, sorry. That is physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and orthopedic services. And this includes North Kinangop. We have 4 physiotherapists at North Kinangop Catholic Hospital. We have 2 at Orokarao Catholic Dispensary. We have 1 at Pine. We have 1 at Brooks of Sheriff. Then we have occupational therapists, 2 at North Kinangop Hospital. We have 1 at Orokarao Dispensary Catholic. And then we have 0 at Pine and 0 at Brooks. Orthopedic technologists, we only have 2 at North Kinangop, and the other facilities don't have. On response, on sensitization and awareness program, Honorable Speaker, we noted that in this county we don't have a policy. on how we deal with the issues of people living with disability, on sensitization, on awareness. And we are relying on what we call the national policy of 2024 of people with disability. And we have realized there is a gap of where we have given a recommendation. We need to customize this law such that we have a policy and we start having some, when we have a policy, we'll be able to come up with activities. Otherwise, right now it is done haphazardly. They say they want to do awareness. They may not do awareness. There may be no accountability because we don't even have a policy on how to do about it. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of staff challenges, I think it has remained, even as we are talking, even as we are discussing the report that has just been tabled here by the committee on public services. There's still a very big gap on the issues of staffing shortages. But then we have also realized that the department has preferred other cadres and neglected, even when we have opportunities to employ, they go employing other cadres and they have neglected some of these important staffs that we need. Honorable Speaker, we have also noted that there have been a total breakdown of equipment. And you know, even when these people are there, the staffs are there, there are no equipment. They are not taken care of. We don't have even a policy, Honorable Speaker. We were told that the CT scan broke down almost a year ago, almost 1.5 years ago. Nothing has been done. And we are living, some of these equipment are very important even when we go for the assessment and all this. And the department plan to construct and equip a modern rehabilitative care center in the short term with a budget estimate of 50 million. Honorable Speaker, there are very serious issues that came up during our meeting. Because even as we are talking of equipment, I know there is a program by the national government on how to hire equipment. And we were made to understand that the county became a signatory, of which this assembly is not aware. But I think that's a matter for another day. But we have been able to raise these issues with the Department of Health so that we can have a CT scan as soon as possible. We also want to know under what circumstances that we had received a CT scan in 2019, but it is totally obsolete by within 4 years or 5 years. Because we have also noted that there are no annual report, and we indicated how many biomedical engineers do we have who are responsible for the management of this equipment. Who should declare an equipment is obsolete, Honorable Speaker? Because we also feel that there are some games, a new equipment can be declared obsolete with an intention of other issues. Because we don't understand how a CT scan of 2019, it is totally obsolete, and now they are saying we need to acquire a new one. Honorable Speaker, there is an arrangement with what we are calling the National Equipment Service Program, NESP. But I think, Honorable Speaker, because it is ADASHA, this program is ADASHA. It's also a very controversial issue where we allow the private sector to come and install equipment in our facilities, and they take money. It is like a toll. It's like when you do a road and you pay for a toll in toll stations. So it's another policy that was not brought up in this house, and I think that the county became a signatory without even the house knowledge. Honorable Speaker, we have the committee finding and observations, and we have been able to give a detailed one. We have limited access to centers. We have staffing disparities. We have unequal therapy access, obsolete equipment, community sensitization and area identification is lacking, policy and collaboration framework is lacking. Engagement with the CCM, we were able to bring out all those gaps, and we were able to resolve that together with the Department of Social, they need to come up. And these are some of the most of the issues that can be addressed by the policy. Honorable Speaker, among other things, we have the expansion of the disability assessment coverage. This can only happen when we have enough staff, when we have enough equipment, when we have policy to work out on awareness. Acceleration recruitment of the required human resource, I have talked about that. Decentralization, I have talked about that. Investing in equipment, we have talked about that. Empowering community health promoters. We also asked them to look into, because we have CHP across this county, almost 1,400, and they are going home to home, house to house. They can also be recruited in some of these issues, especially on awareness and promotion. And when they go to this, they can be able, there is a lot of stigmatization when it comes to the issues of people living with disability. We know there are households where when they have a case of disability, they lock the child or the person within the house. But these are issues that can be brought out effectively by CHPs. And so we are telling them to recruit, or not even to recruit, to train the CHPs such that they can be able to give proper advice. They can tell them where to get treatment. They can tell them where they can get assessed. Because some of these people living with disability, they don't even receive support from even the national government, the social department, because they don't have the required document. Others don't know where to start. But if you are going to engage the CHPs, I think they can be able to assist people living with disability. Honorable Speaker, we have also talked of coming up with a multi-sectoral committee, because you realize this matter lies between the health, they are giving the technical support in terms of assessment, but also the social are the people who are responsible for awareness and even going out to support socially in terms of empowerment and all other issues. So we are talking of having a multi-sectoral committee, which can only be done and be included within a policy, so that we can know who is responsible for what and how these matters should be harmonized, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, the way they are today, there is no harmonization on the issues of people living with disability. Honorable Speaker, on conclusion, the county has made commendable progress in addressing the health and rehabilitative need of persons, but however, the service remains centralized, under-resourced, and unevenly distributed within the county. Urgent investment in infrastructure, human resource, and modern equipment is essential. Equally important is the need to scale up community outreach, early detection, and sustainable public awareness. With a deliberate action and sufficient funding, the county can make significant strides toward inclusive and equitable health services for all people living with disability. Honorable Speaker, this is a very serious matter, and I want to thank Honorable Joyce for coming up with this statement. And I think we need to look at those gaps. We need to come up with a policy. And as we always say, disability, any one of us is a candidate, because it can happen to anyone. And if you don't take care of those who are living with disability, who would take care of you if it happens? It's a matter of very importance to this county, and it is a high time we organize and we become organized on how we deal on these matters of people. And there are so many people in Nyandarua. Actually, out of the data that I have read here, Honorable Speaker, you get to know that there are so many people who have been living with disability. And we need to put equal measure in terms of resources, in terms of outreach, so that we can be able to assist our brothers, our sisters, our parents, because they belong to our community. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The report is duly tabled. The seeker of the statement, Honorable Joyce Munywa, are you satisfied with the response?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I wish to appreciate the committee for the response, which is very conclusive and basically highlights some of the issues that personally from where I sit, I was already aware of. And I think especially because of the conclusion, which we shall be discussing further to see how that can actually have some timelines within the department. Because as we are all aware, in 8th of May 2025, the Persons with Disability Act of 2025 was actually assented to by the President. And it clearly stipulates that the law of disability is squarely on the county, and the county has a mandate to ensure both rehabilitation and rehabilitation of persons with disability. As much as I agree that the National Council of Persons does the actual registration, they only do it once. The Department of Health actually is the one which recommends. And that's why for me it has been a very great concern, because when we say the whole of Nyandarua, we only have JM Hospital and engineer hospital that does this assessment. This basically locks most of the people, especially when you think about Dalagua and the other far end. It makes it very difficult for these persons with disability to have this registration, and the registration is basically the basis where we are able to know how many people in the county. The other major concern, which has actually also been highlighted, is also on the issue of the services. We know, especially for the children with cerebral palsy and most of these physical conditions, without occupational therapy, we are really doing a big disservice to the people of Nyandarua. The whole of Nyandarua County, we only have JM Hospital. That basically means the access to most of these children, they are not able to access this, and the transportation and everything else. It was indicated that they go quarterly to the sub-county hospitals. That has not been regular. I know once in a while they go when maybe a partner comes and is able to support. One of the things that I've been talking even with the previous waziris for health is that at least quarterly, for Ndalagwa, for Kipipiri, for Jolok, that we should ensure regular assessment of persons with disability, so they know there is a day once even every quarter where we are able to have the assessment done, and so that these persons with disability are able to get the service. As has also been indicated by the chair of budget when presenting this, the other thing that is really very important is the use of the community health volunteers, because they are the people on the ground. What we say in disability, early detection actually is the best weapon against disability, because most of the conditions, once identified early, we are able to offer the services needed, and we're able to do much more. It's less costly to prevent than to actually try to offer rehabilitation. So I thank the committee for what they have been able to come with, because it clearly stipulates the needs that are there, the gaps, major gaps that are there. And so the next thing is just to find out how we are able to work with the department, both social and also the Department of Health, to be able to offer the services that are needed for persons with disability. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joyce. The response